I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long week while I'm sitting in committee, but I know I'll be along. Yeah, yeah, I hope and pray that but today I'm
This is Bill Scher on the Liberal Oasis radio show, our very first in the year 2009. Hope you had a wonderful New Year's celebration. Sadly, there are many who did not in the Middle East. A giant foreign policy crisis that is going to greet Barack Obama, regardless whether we get a ceasefire or not by then. Most certainly, the aftermath is going to force the new White House's attention on that, which is not necessarily a bad thing, since so often White Houses tend to put off such the intractable problems that have plagued the Middle East for so long until the end of their administrations. And then, of course, by then, it is too compressed a timetable to get anything substantive done. Obama has long said that he would not do that, that he recognized the priority of solving this 60-year conflict, 6-0, and was not going to delay. Now he doesn't really have much of a choice. And the one silver lining in all of this is that it seems like the debate and discourse around this has opened up somewhat. Jane Hampshire Fire Dog Lake said she felt that the blogosphere has had a much more open debate about Israel and Palestine than in recent years. And she credited the new progressive Jewish group J Street for that. JStreet.org is trying to show that there is a wider diversity of Jewish opinion in the Middle East than what you get from AIPAC, the American Israel Political Action Committee, which is a largely right-wing group when it comes to foreign policy, and does not speak for all American Jews on matters of Israel. And J Street has been proving that in spades. She also credited Joe Klein, who is someone who writes for Time Magazine and has not been a friend to liberal bloggers for the last several years. But when Joe Klein was getting labeled as Joe Klein, the man is Jewish, getting labeled as being anti-Semitic for expressing his views about Israel, he fought back very vociferously, and I think a lot of bloggers took note of that and respected him for it and felt a little more emboldened to be able to say what they think. And this is not a question of people who are pro-Palestine, anti-Israel, feeling they get the chance to speak up right now. That's not it at all. I think those who have such simplistic views on the subject speak up all the time. It's a question of being able to express more nuanced views on the subject, recognize the complexity of these matters, not treat this as a simple black-white, good guy, bad guy situation. There is not a lot of benefit to trying to ascribe determinative blame for every conflagration in this, when we've been playing that game for 60 years and we're still where we are. Very interesting interview with Zbigniew Brzezinski by Nathan Gardels on Huffington Post today, talking about the claims of moral justification for any kind of response. Yes, you can very easily make the argument that Israel is morally justified in responding to indiscriminate rocket fire. Hamas is an elected government in Gaza. It is one government attacking another. If a government attacked us, we would most certainly fire back. There is a very sound logic to that. But Brzezinski says, and he was talking both about that and about U.S. v. Afghanistan and India v. Pakistan. Brzezinski said, theoretically, from a debater's point of view, the argument you have laid out is correct. However, any sane person has to ask, what has the U.S. gained by attacking these sanctuaries other than inflaming Pakistani public opinion? Have we destroyed the Islamist networks? Why would India be able to do any better? They were attacking Pakistan. The real risk of any Indian attack on Pakistani territory, which otherwise might be morally or internationally justified, is that it could lead to a major war between nuclear powers. Any major war between the two, even if Pakistan is defeated, could unleash tremendous internal turmoil in India, with its large Muslim population that is increasingly resentful and restless. That would threaten the very integrity of the Indian state. So yes, India would have the right to attack the sanctuaries, but so what? Nathan Garrell's response, in other words, it wouldn't be wrong, but stupid. Brzezinski, precisely. There are arguments to be made along those lines, not just with this recent conflict between Israel and Hamas, but also with Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon a couple years prior. It's not just a question of whether you have some moral justification for doing it, but what is your larger goal? And will you achieve that goal by that action? And so we're having that discussion now, and I don't think it's just, yay, we're having a nice discussion, goody for us. That's not the point. The point is we have to be able to create a political environment, both among Israelis and among Palestinians, that allow for common ground to be achieved. And if the entire surrounding discussion is who's at more fault here, you're never going to get to that point, as we have not in 60 years.